Well, the market's shifting. That's what everyone's talking about. The newspapers are just going crazy with the news. But I have news for you. Some things are staying the same. So stay tuned and you will find out. We'll be right back. Welcome to Real Estate with Bobbi Decker, and have I got a great guest for you. Michael Haigh with City Mortgages on today, and we're going to talk about some things that they say everything old is new again, and we're coming out of quite a market, are we not?
Definitely, with the refinances hitting all-time highs, with multiple offers on purchases, things are now coming back in a little bit into more normal fashion.
Exactly. And you know, I've been doing this well in excess of 20 years and have seen 3-4 distinct cycles. In the 80s, we had 16%. In the 91 to 95, which is what I can't believe people don't remember. They actually remember the 80s not having been in real estate, but they don't remember 91 to 95, Michael, when it was flat and going in reverse. And so many banks were taking back properties back then, because I was in negotiating, and we were calling them upside down sales, short sales, and you have to package it because everybody had to, if the bank wasn't getting their full loan, the realtors were not getting their full commission. And it's amazing how that hiccup of time, because we jettisoned out in 96, 97, 98, to 2006, they've forgotten. But guess what? We're back to a more normal market, at least more of a buyer market, I believe.
And I think that's probably good for the economy.
Oh, I do too. You know, cycles are called cycles because, oh, what are they? Cycles. And so it kind of spins itself around. But one thing I think that we came out of with that was pre-approvals on loans. You talked about refis. Now, refis are down a little, or are people still trying to get out of some of those? No, what did they?
Situational.
Interest only.
Right. Well, what happened is a lot of people got into negatively amortizing loans, where the teaser rates were good for 6 months or a year, and then they start equalizing out or going to more fully indexed. And a lot of people were caught by surprise on that. Well,
explain to our viewers the not in detail, Michael, but they hear neg-am, they go, I don't get what that is, and I don't get what a teaser rate is. We banty those terms around because we're in real estate and we hear it day in and day out. But for a viewer who's listening, what is a teaser rate? Let's start there.
Well, some lenders will actually start you out at a certain rate, qualify you at a certain rate, and then from there they have caps so that your payments don't get out of control even though interest rates are increasing. So what happens is at the year mark or so, when they start increasing, the fully indexed rate, if you will, right now is in the mid-7 range, and that's catching an awful lot of people by surprise. They did not plan on that when they were qualified at 2, 3, 4, 5%.
So what they do is they get pushed up to 7. But they don't have to pay it, and is that the negative part? Right.
And so what happens is the lender gives you, and you hear this pick a payment or a payment option, if you will, and the minimum payment doesn't even cover the minimum requirement of interest. So what happens if you pay the number 1 option, your balance actually gets bigger, and that's the one that's presenting the problem right now.
Okay, so an example would be if somebody was been paying $2,000 a month for the last year, and now they're going to be adjusted.
Right, and so they'll be adjusted at something maybe around that 7%, and the interest-only payment, again, is moving up. That difference between the two is causing their balance to get bigger, because most people, again, are comfortable with a certain level of cash flow, and they don't realize what's actually happening in their payments.
Okay, and so if it's going to go from 2 to 4, they can pick something around 2,500 or
sure.
2,800, so the extra 1,200 gets put back in their loan. Mm-hmm. Okie dokie.
Balance gets
so
bigger.
Now that's what we call the refinance to save your house and your life. Mm-hmm. And so those are the kind of people staying in?
Yes.
And,
yes.
and continuing to refi?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you see as products there? Is there anything going on? Well, I know we're going to talk about pre-approvals, but is there much going on with that 50-year loan? I keep hearing that coming at me in real estate circles, but I don't read it anywhere.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of it either. And they have 40s, and again, the proposal is 50, and I haven't seen much yet.
Well, you ever get one, make sure you let me know about it, because by the time you're done chasing me down for the very final payment, I will be so far gone off the planet. So let's get back to what we were going to talk about. What is pre-approval?
Well, now when you're actually looking at deciding to buy a house, you need to kind of look and see what you can qualify for. A lot of people have no idea. So we will actually go through the process with a client. You hear a lot of things out in the marketplace, pre-qualify, pre-approval, and a lot of times customers or clients just don't know what the difference is. They don't know how much they can put down. They think it's the, back 15, 20 years ago when the only option was to put down 20%. So we will go through and look at, with the client, of how much they're looking to put down, different types of loan products, ones that fit their needs of how long they expect to stay in the property. And we're very respectful of cash flow versus financial correctness, if you will. The pre-qualification is just that. It's kind of sitting and talking a little bit, putting a pencil and a calculator together and kind of getting an idea. Pre-qualification is nice, but really what clients need to do is get pre-approved. A pre-approval actually is what the real estate realtors are looking for, so that you'll even put them in your car to go shop around and take a look at houses. That way they know exactly what they can qualify for.
Mm-hmm. And that is a much more intense delving into their finances.
Yes, we will actually run the credit. We will talk about what their income is. We'll talk about what their assets are, and actually give them a pre-approval, which is a commitment to lend based on certain circumstances.
Terrific. Okay, you kind of know the basics of pre-approval. There will be no test when we come back, but Michael will delve into even more about, right now is a great time to buy, buyers. Seize the moment. So stay tuned and come on back for more information.